what's the question that's posted?
You mean the green screen?
Yeah.
I'll play the green screen one last time so you can know. Thank you for waiting patiently, Picasso, by the way.
Yeah, I just wanted to hear what the conversation was about before I gave my input. I don't want to ever
Yeah,
jump into a conversation with half the knowledge.
I'll play it for you. 1 second. Shit. Where the real granddaddies at? Y'all stop acting like y'all don't see them niggas working on the side of the road. Take them niggas a motherfucking basket of chicken, hoe. Act like you see that hard working nigga with that goddamn work motherfucking uniform on. Working nigga. Bitch. Go by the fire department and drop off some biscuits, bitch. Y'all don't appreciate them niggas making 30,000 a year. Y'all keep wanting these fuck niggas that ain't getting you nothing but dick and diseases. Keep it up. I'm gonna take my hat off to the hard-working middle class men out there working hard. Catch him on his lunch break, baby. And on Friday, he gonna make sure you got what you need. That was my daddy and granddaddy. Maybe I'm just reminiscing because ain't no more daddies like that no more. Everybody want to be a drug dealer and a rapper. Nobody don't want to be no worker, hard helmet wearing ass worker. You niggas, but we like them boys, men. Real man. Y'all don't want to give him no respect. He don't want nothing but a six-pack and some money to get back and forth to work. But he gonna make sure that bills paid and gonna put that dick on you. And gonna be happy when you cook go in there and give him that steak and motherfucking mashed potatoes and goddamn salmon. He happy. You bitches better learn how to get your family back in order. God, go to let's talk. You remember when mama used to fry that chicken in that Tupperware bowl and put that goddamn paper towel in it and take that bowl up there to daddy job? I do. We got that check on Friday. Baby, everybody had money. The whole house was happy because daddy was home. You bitches ain't had a daddy at your house. Study want to chase after these niggas, don't give no fuck about you, and want to look down at a real nigga. Y'all better cut that shit out. You gonna be by yourself, bitch. You getting old. You getting old, bitch. All that play shit was in your 19s and 20s, bitch. Get real with yourself. Hold on, Picasso. Let me read something that someone said in the comments too. So they said a lot of you ladies don't even have 30K in your bank account and never held 30K in your hand. So shut the French toast up with all this quote unquote that ain't a lot. She's making a point, not being literal. Work on getting a headboard for your bed first. Anyways, thank you for waiting patiently, Picasso. The floor is yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, for sure. So first, I want to start off by introducing myself. I am Rajadat, aka Picasso Mommy. I am a creative specialist, a certified serial business owner, a life coach, and keynote speaker. And so, with that being said, I pull a lot of my experience from my, career. And I like a lot of what Devante said because he's realistic in his approach. You feel me? Like, there's a lot that and I'm glad that he didn't fall into that race baiting clickbait, whatever you just said about the race shit, whatever that is going on, because I feel like a lot of rhetoric is being thrown around. I think that once you broaden your horizons, you'll see that there's black women out there that have values and that want a stable foundation. um with that being said, I do agree with the fact that you said that a lot of our culture is based around women not being realistic in the partners that they choose and the future that they hold. I do think that social media plays a giant part in that, and music as well. You feel like perpetuating a certain ideal about life and all that, but I do think that soft life is attainable because one, I'm living that, and Science Bay was saying that she didn't enjoy her experience being a housewife. I'm at the middle ground. I also was graduated in 2015, and I am 26 years old now. I've been with my husband for 11 years. I have two children with him. We're in a loving black relationship. So, with that being said, I just feel like you need to expand where you're looking, because my whole network is full of women of all races and all kinds, single and married, and in all types of different walks of life that are working towards their future. So I think it's a little unfair to say like, oh well, if you're not doing this X, Y, and Z, then you're just going to be single and lonely and this, that, and the third. Like it really has to do with your mindset, as Devontae was saying. If you have a good head on your shoulders, regardless, you're gonna be all right. And I think that one of the things that I always tell people is focus on yourself first, because once you become the person that you want to be with, you'll attract that person to you. So it has nothing to do with you being a performative person in order to gain this love that you're seeking. It's about doing the actual work to become a better person and get to that level where you're able to, provide for your partner. My husband is one of those skilled workers that you were talking about. He went to school to do what he does, and he does make his money, legitimately. And he's very much a figurehead for the gentleman in his circle as well. Like him being, he's 27 now. He is one of the few men that I do see out here that are doing what he's trying to do. And he I have been afforded to be able to stay home with my children. I actually like being home with my children. I homeschool them. Like we've been building from the beginning, and I've been with him since the beginning. Like we've seen each other at our worst, we've seen each other at our best. I've been with him since I was 15. So like, I mean, I don't have no real shit to say about the single life, because I haven't experienced that in my adult life. But I've been building since I was 15. So I think that you kind of negate the people that are out here that are kind of humble and quiet with their journey. And I have nothing against interracial relationships, but there is black love out here.
No, but what up, gang?
What up? What up?
Can I say something to what she just said?
Yeah, go ahead.
Uh, I don't disagree with you. However, um, reality exists. So that sentiment, um, is cool and it sounds lovely. The problem is, in reality, though, a lot of these people are single. So now, basically, what you're saying is you can test that, right? That theory, you know what I'm saying, or you know what I'm saying, that thought process. But as it stands right now, that's not what's happening for the most part. Yeah, there are some cases to where it goes exactly how you want it to go, but for the most part, when that happens, and then you get to a certain age, um, the marriage doesn't usually come. So now it's kind of like it's kind of like personal feelings versus what's actually going on in the world. Because personally, that would be beautiful. I agree
And
with you.
I also want to say, I am a hopeless romantic too. So like the soft girl stuff, like I love to be treated princess treatment all the way. So when they say soft girl era, when they say princess treatment, I love that. I love for my man to spend time with me. I love for him to take me out. I love to out to eat. I love to go shopping. I love all that. Like so, I really don't. I don't know.
Right, and I love doing that with my women. You know what I'm saying? Me and my women are on course to get married. You know what I'm saying? She's also younger than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm 30. She's in her late 20s. You know what I mean? But that's basically what I'm saying. Like, yeah, what you're saying is correct. Definitely be building, but if you wait too long and like you put your career and you put that building, not even just your career, because it ain't got to be a career, you put that building um in the forefront, and then you look up and you 35 or 40, the likelihood of you getting married severely drops. Is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? From the woman's standpoint, just because men control marriage, men propose typically.
I mean, but a lot of men aren't trying to propose these days either. Like there's been a like I feel like there's a cultural shift on both ends. So I don't like to blame just one gender for what's going on. I think there's a disconnect happening within the community in general. Like men aren't trying to, like he said, aren't trying to go out and get those skills and aren't trying to build those families and stay faithful and things like that. And women have seen this and are like, well, if you can have fun, then I'm gonna have fun too.
Well, I think what society and I'm gonna shut up, y'all, but I think what society is telling men they need to have, um, and also what society is showing men that they need to have. When you look at how the economic structure is inside of America, at least I'm not talking about the world, of course, but inside of America, um, a lot of these men that I'm not gonna say all, but a lot of these men that these women are with that they think is not trying to propose, he's actually trying to build the foundation now. Because it is 2023, that foundation is way, way higher. And I talked about this in another live. It's women that have been with men for 5 years, and they could have got proposed to 4 years ago. But every time he goes to set that foundation, you want something that's materialistic. You need to get your hair done. Okay, he was gonna put 700 up for the ring. You need 700 for your hair and your nails. Every single time he go to put the 700 up. So now you look up and it's 6 years later and you still ain't been proposed to. You think these men run around here not wanting to propose, but you putting your own foot in your damn mouth.
Yikes! Yikes! What?
Well, I
Hold on,
mean, I can't.
I want to hear from every woman on the panel right now. I want, even in the comments, I want to hear what y'all got to say about what my brother Bam just said. Yikes!
Personally, I was just about to say, personally, I can't speak to that because I am married. Like I told you, I can't. I don't have a perspective of a single person or somebody that has these perspectives, so I don't want to sit here and act like I do. I'm speaking purely from my own experience, and what I'm saying is that even though you're saying that this is the culture, I'm saying that there's plenty of networks that people can look to and get into and even search for or put themselves in proximity to better themselves. So it has to do with what you're curating your mind to be. It has to do with what you're curating your reality to be. Like if you're looking for the girl that's wearing the weave and out here doing bad and just doing whatever, this that, and the third, yeah, you're gonna find her. But
It
if you
don't gotta
sit there
be
and do your work and you sit there and be like, well, I know who I am, I know what I want, I know my values and where I'm headed, and I'll see who I see when I get there, and I build with them when I get there. Like I think people put too much emphasis on having a relationship rather than building themselves. Like you need to build yourself and build what your vision is, so that when you meet your person, you can align your vision with who they are and who you are. It's you're trying to jump the gun. You're like, well, when we get into this relationship, we're going to build to where we're going. When you need to know where you're going already, so that when you're with that person, you have a clear roadmap.
true. Okay, so let me ask you this, right? Because I get where you coming from, and you saying you're married. So let me ask you this question, so you can put yourself in it, right? When before you got married, right? And this is very good because you said you're a hopeless romantic, and this goes to that too, because it's not always just the hair. There are a lot of women who are addicted to the aesthetic of what a relationship looks like as well. So it don't just be the hair; it's just like you want to go out, or social media telling you y'all supposed to be doing this and y'all supposed to be doing that. So now, if your man, unless he was just already had it and just already had that foundation, which we know, when it comes to the statistics in the black community, especially, that's not usually the case. When your man is like, okay, look, that I appreciate the romantic phase of our relationship, that popular stage of our relationship. We want to go out and spend all this money, but right now we got to dial it down. Were you attentive to that? Because that's also something that gets overlooked as well. It don't just be hair and nails and
So I'll
shit like
say
that.
I'll say this. I love love. I love to be loved, and my love language is for somebody to show me that love. And my love language is giving, and my love language is being attentive. My love language is picking up on those little details. I think that that's what people need to have conversations about. So when you say like we're out of that romantic phase, we're never out of that romantic phase because we're always courting each other, we're always dating, we're always looking at each other like I'm in love with this person. So yeah, I'm gonna want to do things for this person, even if we're on a budget or even if we're not financially secure enough to go out and do all this hair and nail stuff. He's still making that conscious effort to be like, I know she likes to be seen. I know she likes to, go out, and you don't have to spend money every time you go outside. We can go there's plenty of parks, there's plenty of places you can go to have picnics, just quality time in general. Like, so it's more about learning your person's love language and being able to show up for them in that manner than to just be able to spoil them all the time out of pocket with money and material things. Because at the end of the day, even if you have those material things in your relationship, there's been plenty of wealthy relationships where they're like, hey, this just because you're giving me all of this money and material things doesn't mean that I'm happy in this relationship. So it's definitely a balance of being able to communicate with your partner effectively on how they want to be loved and how they want to be seen and how they want to show up in the relationship.
Right. So, okay. So when I say I didn't mean romantic. I meant romanticized. Right. So you understand the romanticized phase. Like, it's the phase that you see in the movies. Right. It's the phase that you see on TikTok and in Instagram. You know what I'm saying? That romanticized phase. I don't mean romantic because what you said is 100% correct. You could be romantic with no money. You know what I mean? But that romanticized phase, like when you first get with a person, and the courting process is, I'm trying to show you I'm a provider. I want to, you know what I'm saying, provide everything that you want, not your needs. The romanticized is about wants, right? So when we get to that phase where it's like, okay, I'm in love with you, we ready to get married. Now that money that I was using to do that, I'm about to use in pursuit of this foundation that we need to be set. Because now I'm thinking about kids, now I'm thinking about marriage. So now that money that I was spending, if we was going to a $500 restaurant, that money I'm putting aside, you know what I'm saying, for a foundation. So if we was just taking trips and, you know what I'm saying, going to these different places and we spending thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars here, I'm taking that and I'm putting that towards the ring. That's what I'm
So
saying. I'm
so
saying
I
what
think
you're
I
able.
think that for me personally, in my relationship, the romanticized portion of our relationship has grown with us. So it doesn't look the same as it did when we first got together. Like, it's not the
Exactly.
puppy love phase that we
Exactly.
went through. The puppy love phase, then we went through, okay, now we're really growing together and we're learning each other. Okay, now we know each other. Okay, now we're building together. Okay, now we're looking toward the future. Like, you have to grow through these steps, and you have to readjust your focus for the romanticizement of the relationship. And I don't think
Absolutely.
that enough people do that. They think that romance is gonna stay the same, that love is gonna stay the same. But realistically, like I said, I was with my husband since I was 15 years old. 15 to 26 is a completely different mindset and a completely different
100.
journey. We've been through multiple states, we've been through multiple living situations, we've been through all kinds of situations, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we've grown as people, and we've had to relearn ourselves. We've had to relearn each other. I've had two kids. I had to relearn my body. I had to relearn a lot of things. So it's about constant growth as a person, and I can recognize that me and my person are growing separately, and we chose to grow together.
And that's why you're married, man. I'm just gonna I'm just gonna be honest with you. That right there, what you just explained, is literally what I was talking about. That's literally what I know Noble was talking about. You know what I'm saying, Devontae? The understanding of that process right there is why you're married. And the women who don't understand it, that's why you're not married.
You got to
Yeah, I
also
can get with
understand that
that.
as a man too, though. You got to understand to discern yourself when you're doing those things. The best lesson my father ever taught me was, you hold out like you start out. If you're starting out giving all this effort and doing all these grand things and gestures, like I started out cooking for my husband, every day. Like, so it would not be wise for me to one day be like, oh, you know what? I ain't cooking no more. I ain't doing this no more.
And
I'm
can
too
I can
tired.
I can I interrupt you for 1 second? Because
Yeah.
that just reminded me, like, I just had this thought the other day too, because I've always been a wife. No matter like if I was with my husband or not. Like before I was with my husband, I even in simple relationships that I was in, I was going over to, and I don't recommend this for anybody because that's stupid. Don't do no wife stuff for no man that isn't your husband. Period. But anyway, when I went to to even the situationships houses, I would be sitting there washing their dishes, cooking and cleaning up and shit for no fucking reason. And they like, if you're not a man that can recognize a wife when you see her, then the stuff that you're doing is null and void. Like, so this is why I say don't do wife stuff for men that aren't ready to have a wife. If he's sitting here playing around and he's wanting to do his, bachelor stuff, you can clearly see that. Like, in a lot of women just try to ignore the fact that this man is not ready to be a husband, and you have to be with a man that's ready to be a husband, just like he's ready to have a wife.
Hey, listen, can I specify something about what you just said? Because that was dead on the money. There's a difference between what you said and what a lot of these women say. Notice she said, don't do wifely things for a man who's not ready to be a husband. She didn't say don't be a wife to your boyfriend. Because if your boyfriend, and he should be if you're dating with purpose, is the man you're going to marry, you should already be a wife before he gives you that ring. So it's a lot of women out here. I just saw a post with Finesse 2 Times, and they asked him about Erica Banks, and he basically the skinny of it was he was like, well, I'm older than her, and I'm ready to get married. There was things that she was doing, like when she get up, she want to get straight on her phone. When I get up, I want to da 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 da. He's basically
hold on, hold on. I want let's. This is what we're gonna do, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we're gonna do. I do need to give Miss Rhonda an opportunity to speak on this topic. And then I'm gonna play that audio, and I'm gonna have everyone give their. I haven't even heard it. I saw it. I saw it
you
on
talking
the
about
blog.
what Finesse?
Yeah.
I
haven't heard the audio though. So I'm gonna play the audio after Miss Rhonda gives her take on this, and then I'm gonna play that other audio so we can hear what he had to say, and then we gonna give our opinions on there, and then we gonna get off of here. But go ahead, Miss Rhonda. Thank you for waiting patiently.